Hi, my name is Christina Sirita and I am from Polokwane. I am a superior student. I've been at superior for a year now and I've managed to pass three exams towards my commercial pilot license. Those exams are human performance, air law and navigation. So now I'm busy with the most difficult one, which is aircraft technical. So far I can say everything is going well, even though when you get through your challenges, we get instructors that help you through it. One thing I can tell you about my school is that the instructors care, and I can't wait to take you guys through my day as a pilot studying towards my commercial pilot license. I'd like to show you my accommodation. This is my beautiful bed, and this is where I put most of my clothes and my shoes. And most importantly, this is where I study.
These are the other rooms in the facility.
Hello Christina, how are you? Hi Hamza, how are you? I'm good and you? I'm good. What are you doing today? I'm going to be doing a check ride. And you? What will you be doing? I'm going to ground school. Who are you flying with? I'm flying with Jason, my instructor. And who's doing your ground school?
It's Mitch and we're doing instruments. Just imagine.
Where are you flying to? I'm going to be doing a check ride. That's why I'm going to go to the GF, do some stalls and things there.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, I like sitting in ground school for the whole day. I'll be doing some
It's
stuff.
interesting because you get to learn new things. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you do too.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm going to pass you the thing.
Yeah, and
Morning, Komoto.
Morning, Mom.
How are you?
Good.
Good, thank you.
I'm ready for today's class.
Yes, let's take a look.
okay, I'm straightening my pool so I can check if there's no water contamination, or I can check if the fuel is correct. Our fuel color has to be blue just to make sure it's F gas, because if you put in the wrong fuel, you might get an engine failure. So after straining your fuel, you just take your fuel and go dump it away from your aircraft so it can evaporate, and then we wait for it to evaporate, then we continue with our pre-flight. So now we're checking our flaps. Check the connection here. It has to twist. It's not twisting. Then check the rollers here, and also the connection here, and also this side. It looks okay. Okay, now so we're checking our aileron. So we make sure we hold this part so our fingers don't get stuck or we don't get hurt. Then we check our hinge, our second hinge, then check the connection if it twists. Then go to the other side, check the hinge, check the counterweights. There has to be 3 counterweights. Here's the first counterweight, the second one, and the third one. And also check the bolts on top of the counterweights if they're still there. Then, so now we're checking our aircraft's edges for any structural damage. This is called the leading edge. So now I don't see any structural damage. Then here we have slow warning glass. Just check if there's no obstruction inside. Then this is called a picture tube. Check the hole if there's no insects or any blockages, and also this hole underneath. Then also check this side. and also check the static port if there's no obstruction. So we're actually going to check the counterweight, this thing right here, check if it's okay. Then check for our hinge, our second hinge, and the last hinge. And make sure when you P5 it, you don't hold the trim tab because you're going to damage it. So after checking these, you just go underneath and check the connection between the trim tab and the leading edge. Then it's okay. Then check this top part, the connection up here, and the connection down there, and also down here. Now we're checking the rudder. Then now we're checking the hinge, the first hinge, the second hinge, and the third one, and make sure that the rudder is deflecting to each side that you're pulling it to. Pause to the left, make sure fully rich, throttle friction at finger tight and tip in, carb beat on and off, beaconette is on, then we prime.
Approaching in that crosswind element, you needed to put your control slightly into which direction?
Right.
Slightly into the right. Okay, so it means that if we're using the crab method, you're actually going to approach with your nose slightly to the right of the runway center line. Okay, this is to just make sure that you actually maintain center line with the runway. So the fuselage of your body, of your aircraft rather, will be actually tracking the center line. But do we want to touch down with our aircraft this way?
Negative.
No, we don't. So just as we get overhead the runway, about 50 feet above, you are then going to apply sufficient left rudder. Bring the aircraft back into that straight attitude facing the end of the runway. And then what you're going to do is pull back on your control column, allow the aircraft to land. And then immediately once we've landed, because that wind is still pushing us, hey, we need to then apply our ailerons into the control and keep the center line using our rudder. Then once again in the takeoff, wings level when we're taking off, so that because we don't want to take off with one wing down. So wings level on the takeoff. As soon as we get airborne, we can then apply our controls into the wind to track that center line. Okay. Right. Now that we've completed the exercise in 12 and 13, now we're actually going to discuss emergencies in the circuit. Okay. So when we are flying, it can always happen that something goes wrong. So we want to prepare you for the worst case scenario. Some of the emergencies that we're going to cover are an engine failure after takeoff. I know it sounds scary, it's not. Okay, we're going to teach you how to handle it. We're also going to speak about the glide approach. Then another emergency that we're going to do, or actually a non-normal procedure, is going to be a flapless approach. So that's to say, if something goes wrong with your flap lever, we can potentially still land the aircraft without having flaps.
G'day guys, my name is Dean Aidan Woodley, and I'm currently doing my instructor's rating at Superior Pilot Services. I have a commercial pilot license with a frozen ATPL, and currently I'm doing my instructor's rating because I used to fly for an airline, and our airline has been grounded due to the coronavirus pandemic. I'm currently on exercise 7, which is climbing, and we're just doing the briefing aspect of our instructor's rating, so I'm looking forward to fly. I was a student at Superior, that is where I completed my commercial pilot license after receiving a bursary from SA Express. Thereafter, I left to fly for SA Express on the CRJ 200 and CRJ 700 fleet. And due to the pandemic, I had to, because we were grounded, I returned here to do my instructors.
Okay, now we're in Superior Pilot Services Austin, and I can't wait to try my advanced training towards my commercial pilot license. I really enjoyed doing sim while I was training for my night rating, and it was quite confusing at first because I didn't think I really needed to do the flight procedures that I used to do in a normal aircraft. But it's just like a normal aircraft. You have to do every single procedure you do in an aircraft, and it's very sensitive, so you have to be careful when you're inside. And it's just like flying a real aircraft in reality.
Let's flip it to it. There we go. Yep.